These are the front calipers. They are the Porsche ceramic PCCB option. So they come in yellow is basically the difference. If you get the steel version, they come in red, the caliper color. So these are off a 991S, and we're gonna put 350 millimeter rotors up front, and 32 millimeter thickness is the rotors front here. So these are the two-piece gyro disc rotors. Again, I mentioned 350 millimeters up front. We're gonna do 350 millimeter in the rear. They're a little bit thinner of a rotor, of course. Here are the rear brakes. These are actually off a 996 twin turbo. The same part number off the 718 with the ceramic option. So we don't sell the OEM parts. So if you source the calipers, and you'll need caliper bolts, these are an OEM part too. You'll need 4 for the front for both rotors. We can help you source the gyro disc rotors. So these are gonna go on. Nice little upgrade over the base 981, slightly larger, get a little larger pad in there. Again, 350 mil rotors, so a bigger surface area. But most importantly, you know, we want to just match. We don't have black calipers in the rear. Using some Ferodo, we're actually going to temp these, the Ferodo DS2500 pads. So these are the front. This part number is actually for a GT3. They fit perfectly. I already test fitted that, so they work with all 991s. A little bit larger of a pad. They fit the 350 millimeter rotor to the T, so that's why we got that. They fit right in this brake. There's no modification you have to make. So that's really it. This is what you need. You just need to buy these calipers from Porsche, get these caliper bolts. Everything else is included with the calipers. If you choose to go with the gyro disc, you can go with OEM rotors too, but you know, might as well do it right. The two-piece rotors are really nice, serviceable, aluminum top hat, which is going to keep the weight down. These are going to be much lighter than the factory with a one-piece hat. And the nice thing is, from a service standpoint, if you track the vehicle, you just can unbolt this outside rotor and just replace the rotor, and it's much more cost-effective to do that. And then you can go with whatever pads you want. If anybody at all is interested in these base brakes, we'll throw those up for sale. If you're want to get a set powder coated or something, we'll give you a really good deal on that. But comment below if you got a 981, you want these yellow stuff pads. They are used, but we have probably about 500 miles on them and one track day that we did 3 sessions with, and we're very conservative on the brakes in that session. So these haven't really been used that much. So if you're looking for a little more aggressive pad for free, hit us up, comment below, and we'll help you out there. All right, so we removed the base caliper, put some PB Blaster on these bolts. We do have to remove those to get the rotor off. Okay, so we got the rotor off. Best practice is to use some zip ties, or some people use hangers. Just not put too much stress on the brake line. We've got it wedged up against something, so I think that'll be okay. So here's your hub. You want to clean off this hub. We'll do that real quick. We're also going to remove this dust shield for the brake. This brake's going to be oversized anyways for this. It's probably just going to collect heat there. You can see though, Porsche does a really nice job with this duct right here for the brake cooling. Comes right off the lower control arm. A lot of guys swap these out for like the GT3 one. It's just a little bit bigger surface area. But that'll still work the same. We'll just take that shield off and mount the other rotor. This is the Ferodo pad that's going in, and the yellow stuff that's going out. So you can see the surface area is significantly bigger. All right, so we got the front rotors on. They go on perfect. As you can see, we're gonna get the caliper off here in just a second. Fit right on. These screws, like I said, kind of keep that flush. Obviously the lug bolts will help hold all that on. It's amazing, goes right on. So we're gonna take the brake line off of the caliper, put the new caliper on. It gets a little bit messy. Obviously with these beautiful brand new yellow calipers, want to just kind of be careful with it. I'm not going to show you how to do this, but it's just one bolt. It unthreads, line comes off. It'll be gooping some fluid out, so a little bit of a cleanup. So you just want to make sure you have something down, because you will get brake fluid, and brake fluid's pretty nasty. So just be careful with it. All right, so just real quick, here's a little difference in the size of the 991 Carrera S front brake and the 981 Cayman base front caliper. Obviously 4-piston versus 6, but obviously quite significantly bigger. All right, so we got this bad boy on. Not all the way, we just got to tighten down those bolts. One thing I did want to point out was it uses different size bolts, and you can source these right from Porsche. These are off the 991. These are the base. As you can see, they have a little bit more of a length on them, as the caliper is a little bigger and sticks out more. Other thing I wanted to note was the factory base Cayman uses a hex bolt, and the 911, the 991 uses a Torx. It's a T55 Torx. So just make sure you have that T55 Torx bit when you go do this, and let's screw these down and bolt them on and get the wheel on and see how it looks. And here it is with the wheel. So we're running some 19-inch BC Forged RZ05s, and usually these wheels are really nice for big brake kits. I mean, you can see at least 2-finger width. No problem at all with that thing clearing. I didn't suspect it. I hope this wheel doesn't fall off. I don't have a lug on it, but perfect operation. Just want to check that. We'll take the wheel back off, but yeah, it's gonna look good. Look real good. All right, we're here at the back of the car. We're gonna take this guy off. As you might notice, I've already zip tied the brake sensor wires. The rear has actually come out a lot, I guess, easier. The fronts have a fixed caliper, so the top you can't get the pads off, which is kind of a pain when you're trying to swap pads. But this one's pretty easy. There's a pin right here. It's just a knockout pin. This comes out. This little spring-loaded clip comes out. Pads come off, and then you just have 2 bolts that hold the caliper on. And just to show you a difference in the pad in the rear, so when we put these calipers on off the 996 Turbo and 718, you'll see you get significantly more pads, surface area. A little bit thicker of a pad, and obviously we were running 350 mil rotor in the rear. That's going to give us a little bit extra surface area, so that should definitely improve the rear braking as well. And with a mid-engine, rear-engine car, having some rear brakes is pretty important. So, and here are the rear rotors. So the factory rotor and the gyro disc, as you can see, is significantly larger. It's going to do better with heat management, and also, like we should have showed you, the surface area of the pad's bigger, so it's going to really improve the braking. So just a quick comparison in the rear. Obviously the 991 here. Pretty similar size. These can accommodate a larger rotor, you can tell. Everything bolted right up to the Cayman as if it was meant to be. 100% stock, no modifications. You can do this job in about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so in your garage or driveway. Very easy to do, especially if you're comfortable working with brakes. It's really not that big of a deal. Have a friend to help bleed your brakes. We're going to show a couple pictures here of the finished product. Looks very good. Really like it. The yellow really pops out of the black wheels with the black exterior, and just kind of gives a more meaningful look to the car. As far as performance, we're going to actually put the GT3 master cylinder in. It's not required, but we're going to go ahead and do it because we have to bleed the brakes anyways. And I think that'll be a nice improvement. So I'm going to wait and give you a final verdict after we get that in. But just kind of initial test, just going to bed the brakes in, significantly more force stopping the car. I mean, it's night and day. You can feel the force. The car just feels more stable under braking. That's the other nice thing. It just feels a lot more planted in its braking. Not as much dive in the front end of the car. And definitely you can tell the car, especially at higher speeds, is slowing down at a faster rate. So that's really good. I mean, that's what you want with brakes. And I imagine that's going to hold up a lot better on the track. Really excited to get it out there. But we're going to go ahead and start pulling this thing apart. We're going to put this 3.8 liter X51 engine out of a 991.1 GTS into the Cayman. So we're going to kind of hit pause on some of the upgrades we're doing right now and really focus on swapping the motor. When we do the motor, we're also going to do the third radiator that we didn't do with the GT4 bumper. So we have the GT4 center radiator, all the ducting, everything you need to put that in. So we're going to put that in when we do the swap. We're going to have a really cool video showing some of the process. and basically everything we do. We're also, since we're doing, the motor's gonna be out, we're gonna do a clutch and flywheel, still trying to figure out what we're gonna do there. We're gonna upgrade that while it's out. We're also gonna put a OS Geiken limited slip differential in, and then the shifter and cables. We're gonna go ahead with the Numeric Racing shifter and cables. Again, those have to be disconnected, and we just want to do it while it's out of the car. I don't like to do a bunch of things at once just because I like to, feel the difference between, a given part. It just helps us advise customers more on if you're going to change out that one part. So I like to kind of space it out, and it, enables us to kind of show you more about a specific product. But we're going to try to do our best to show you everything we're doing and continue to really maximize this Cayman. It's going to be a completely different animal. We're going to have the cooling fixed. We have the braking fixed. Now we're going to have the power fixed. And then, of course, traction is going to be nice with the tires we have. And also a limited slip differential. So we're very excited. Hopefully the next, I'll call it 60 to 90 days, we're going to have it wrapped up and have all the video edited and posted for you guys. We'll try to post some teasers as we're going through. We have a few more odds and ends we're going to do as well. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, definitely hit subscribe. Like our videos. We're going to continue to make more and more content. So really appreciate all the people who've been following along this build, and really look forward to taking it to a completely new height. So thanks.